Hello all and welcome to my channel. My name is Jessica or Yessi, and today I'm going to show you how I make sopes the easy way. You're going to need 2 cups of maseca flour and 2 cups of warm water. You're going to take your 2 cups of maseca flour and 2 cups of warm water to create a dough. Mix the flour and water together and then knead for 5 minutes. You're going to need a flat surface to work on, as well as a flat object such as a cutting board or a very flat plate to make these sopes. Also, I take the produce bags and I cut them into rounds, and that's what I use so that the dough doesn't stick to the surfaces. This is the consistency you want your dough to be. This is ideal for making the sopes without them cracking too much on the edges. Now, originally, sopes are handmade and you shape them or mold them with your hands. It's not always easy for some people to do it that way, so I found this to be very helpful. I take the 2 pieces of plastic, lay one down, put the masa ball in the middle, put the second piece of plastic on top, and then just press down firmly. Now, this is about the size you want to obtain. It's about 5 inches, I would say, wide. And then you cook it on both sides. Now, I did portion my dough out evenly to make about the same size sopes as you see here. You are welcome to do it that way. Do whatever works for you. While the sopes were cooking, I made a quick tomatillo salsa. I roasted about 6 tomatillos, 3 cloves of garlic, 1/4 of an onion, and a serrano chile. And then once those were all cooked up, I added a little bit of salt, and I think that was it really, and blended it up. Now, this part here you want to do when your sopes are still warm because they will be more pliable. And use a towel if needed, but you're literally taking the edges and pinching it up to create a bowl so that your toppings are held in place when you're eating your sope. Now, I wanted to show you how I do that two-handed. The napkin is so that my fingers don't get burned because I do work with the sopes when they are fairly hot. Here is what the results should look like. Now, it may take you a little bit of practice to get them to look like this. Sopes are so versatile. You could put any topping of your choice. I like to make mine with this soy chorizo and refried kidney beans. And as always, do what works best for you. I don't always have cooked beans on hand, so I do use canned beans and they worked out just fine. I do take some onion to give it that beautiful aroma that you get from the grilled onions. I then add my beans and just mash them until the right consistency. Now, you do want to be careful and not adding too much of the liquid in there so that your topping isn't very runny. And here are the tomatillos once I had added some water to rush the cooking process. Here's how I made the soy chorizo. I simply added this carne asada seasoning blend that I have, and it was perfect. I didn't need to add too much more to that. The soy chorizo only takes a few minutes to cook. Here is what the refried beans consistency looked like. And here's how I made the green salsa. I simply blended it to the consistency that I'd like. I did add some salt to that. And now it's time to cut the vegetables that you'll use as toppings. I use a sour cream from Kite Hill and this Follow Your Heart Parmesan cheese. Use whatever you'd like. Now it's time to fry the sopes. You're going to fry your sopes on both sides for a few minutes until golden brown. Go ahead and drain as much of that oil off as possible. I do rest mine on a paper napkin to absorb the excess oil. And here's how I assemble them. So I first add my refried beans. I then add the chorizo and lettuce, tomatoes, sour cream, cheese, and salsa. And this is it, friends. The result are some beautiful, delicious sopes that you can pre-make. They hold well in the refrigerator for a few days. You do want to fry them right before serving them. And these are so versatile. These are actually one of the family favorites for gatherings. My sisters and I get together and we love making these. Everyone brings whatever toppings they prefer. If you wanted to make them just with beans, they're just as delicious. And you could put different salsas on them. Get creative. Make them your own, really. Now, I hope that you are able to pick up some of the techniques that I used and apply them to your cooking. Do follow me on Instagram at Yessi's Plant-Based Diet for more cooking ideas. Thanks for watching.